The next part in your planning phase, once you have established your scope, which is all the deliverables that you have exposed and decomposed to the lowest level, then you're going to start scheduling. And to do the scheduling, there's a process of doing that, which is getting pretty much continuing where you left it. You decompose to a lowest level. What you do, you take the lowest box there of that WBS or that mind map, and you give it to somebody to list you all the activities that needs to be done to do that box, and all the activity that needs to be done from other box in order for you to be able, for them to be able to do that box. So that way you start listing activity. Then the next step is to be putting some estimated in times to do each one of these activities. So for example, let's say one of activity is to develop the content of a video, so that means I'm going to need like image, I'm going to do the processing in the video, do the montage, show it to people, get a selection, and then I'll apply it and do the everything I need to do from a process perspective, and then it will be ready. So everyone, I'll put a certain time that it will take me to do it. So to complete the whole task and deliver this box, it's going to take like 5 activities, going to take 2 days. Okay, so that's the idea, is to get estimate around the time. And then after that, you need to start putting dependencies, because not everything happens at the same time. Certain activity needs to be done before an activity. So of course, you attach every one of these activities. So at this stage, you better use the software to do that. Things such as Microsoft Project, but there's many out there. And if you are working in production, then you have done that in the past. Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel, because the plan is similar. If you get the certain deliverables, it's always the same step. It just might be different time, but you reuse templates that already have all the activity and then just adjust the time. That's what I do. I really rarely reopen a complete new project and enter every task. We go and get them from the past one, and it's like, this one looks the same kind of deliverable, or there's a few steps more we're going to do. So we adjust it and adjust the time, and the dependency is already there. So, we speed up on scheduling. So once you have it done, then you're going to have to play with your schedule, because chances are when you put all the estimated time, people will put some buffer in their estimation, because you got a lot of unknown. Let's put it this way. You're just giving them a concept. How long it's going to take you to do this? Depends how long, what kind of design we have, etc. So people will have a lot of guess estimate, and we're in a creative content, so there's no such a thing as a definite estimate. There is like high level estimate, order of magnitude, and then we would go down to maybe like a budget estimate, and then definite estimate, but once we got a lot of information. But there will be a lot of buffers, so chances are once you're going to be running your schedule, you might be way off versus the target opening date if it's a show, for example, or launch date if it's a game. So then you're going to have to play with it, compress it, understanding what's the critical path, what's on the critical path, and can I bring it down, can I, where can I cut some time so I could short it, right? Chances are if you have a construction in your project, the construction will be part of your critical path for sure. And chances are you're going to have, if there's a problem in terms of scheduling, it's very rare that you could compress the construction, because it's like they're so complicated. So chances are your creation part at the end, where you need to put it all together, might be a little bit compressed. So you try to give yourself as much as you can move. You try also to check your resource loading, so you don't have the same people doing many tasks at the same time, so therefore they're not going to be able to do it. So checking, am I using Joe at 200% during that month? So of course it's not going to be able to do it, so how can I rearrange his task so he could do it in a better way. So all of this is part of what we need to do. You're not going to do that alone as an executive producer. You'll do that with your team, your creation directors, your director, technical director, any other production director mainly, that will help you put it together. And then after that, it's going to be having something that seems to work, and with the resource loading, with everything. So then we're in good shape. So now we're going to be ready to move to the next step, which is getting the cost in.